Woo, y'all, we come with the entire history of the NFL. Listen, y'all, listen. I already told y'all niggas, bro. I do not know anything about football. I don't know how to play that motherfucker. I don't even know all the rules to that motherfucker. Like, if you new here, hey, now you know. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, bro, I don't know nothing about football. Like, well, I'm talking about technical football. And we talking about street football, bro. Right hand up to God. No nigga can see me in street football. I swear to God. Like the field, like if you see me in the field with no plays, my nigga, you're not like that. You're not seeing me. I'm jumping over your ass. I swear to God. But let's go ahead and get into video. Welcome new people, new subscribers. Let's get to it.
It used to look like this. The field used to be this small, where the players didn't use helmets. Much has changed throughout the years.
They use no damn helmets.
Well, it all started back in 1892.
That's
when
when
the sport was stolen. England made up this crazy game called rugby, using this field and this ball. So Americans just took everything and called it football. The only difference was they made football extremely deadly, because while they both didn't wear any helmets or pads, instead of tackling, football players would fist fight, bite each other's ears off, or even gouge each other's eyes.
If a nigga ever put his mouth on my, like imagine that, bro. Imagine the sensation. Like, I don't think that's the right word to use, nigga. Imagine a nigga saliva just on your tongue, gnawing that there. I swear, he dying that day. Like, bro, what is you doing? I swear, people in the ancient histories didn't have common sense. I swear, like, you can't convince me. Like, y'all be trying to say, like, oh, we learned from our lessons. I don't think it take for me to, like, fall down like a deep hole to realize, nigga, I might die, or me to jump off a building and realize, nigga, I might die. Like, I don't think I have to learn that. Like, these niggas is out here, like, they was on some brutality type shit. What the fuck? What is this?
It was so bad that by 1906, over 100 people had died from playing football, and thousands of others became disabled. But in 1920, football became a game instead of a crime, when a player named Jim Thorpe formed the first ever pro football league, and finally introduced some rules which stopped players from dying so much. They got some shoulder pads and leather helmets, told everyone to stop fist fighting, and legalized passing the ball. So now that things were official, they decided to name the league, calling it the American Professional Football Association, or APFA. Yeah, the name was booty. So 2 years later they changed it. In 1922, the world was finally blessed with the NFL.
Ooh.
Now, there's 14 chapters in the NFL's
14.
history. And next up we got 1922, an era where the league was terrible. There was no Super Bowl, no games.
Cause there was no black people, bro. There was no black people, bro. Bro, look at that, bro. Look at that damn field, bro. There ain't no damn black person on that damn field, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Like, them niggas, bro, like, I'm just being realistic, bro. Like, we all know them niggas got some, I'm saying them niggas like I ain't black. But I'm just saying, bro, like, we just got some superpowers or some shit, bro. I don't know. It might be the chicken or the watermelon. I don't know, my nigga. But it might be in the Kool-Aid. Who knows?
Teams would literally play whenever they want. And when it comes to players, the pay was so bad, it wasn't a full-time gig. So the league was filled with milkmen and coal miners in jerseys. And let's just say that you were a fan that could look past all of that. Were you really gonna support the Columbus Panhandles, the Moline Universal Tractors, or whatever the hell this is? Yeah, those were real NFL teams. It was impossible to be a fan, and the NFL knew it too, because the league just wasn't growing. Over the next 20 years,
let me see the teams. Oh my God, what is this?
Got worse.
That's terrible.
14 different teams went bankrupt, and those that did survive had to take out loans to pay their players. Plus, the NFL wasn't even the best football league. College football was literally 20 times more popular. It was looking like the beginning of the end.
It's still the same today, to me.
But in 1949, the NFL came up with a genius solution, implementing 3 key changes that no other league had of it. They added set game schedules, started televising games, and to help with reducing injuries, the NFL introduced plastic helmets.
The inventor sure has faith in his helmet, for he's going to try it out himself. And now watch him take it. Right on the old
Nah, there's no way. There's no way.
Along with some new teams, like the Colts, Browns, and 49ers. And all these changes work, because the 1958 NFL Championship had become the most watched sporting event in TV history. See, the 2 biggest teams in the league, the New York Giants and Baltimore Colts, were facing off. And after going back and forth all game, the 2 teams went into the first ever sudden death overtime. So everyone and their mom tuned in. I'm talking 45 million people. literally 9 times more than the year before.
What the
And after the Colts took home the W, it became forever nicknamed the greatest game ever played.
Y'all capping like a mug. Y'all ain't seen nothing crazy. That's the reason. Man,
In the
y'all-
1960s, a rival league was formed called the AFL,
What
which
is that?
introduced teams like the Texans, Chargers, Bills, Raiders, and Patriots.
Okay, we still got
And
some
their
of those
owners
today.
were way more rich and way more greedy, so they were trying to take the NFL down by any means necessary, like stealing their players, nabbing their TV contracts. They even paid players so much that the NFL couldn't afford to stay in business. So the NFL had no choice but to play dirty back by stealing the AFL star players, like Pete Gogolak. But
Who,
after
nigga?
7 years of
Pete
back and forth,
Gogolak?
it became clear nobody
nigga
was
gotta
winning.
be an alien,
So to
bro.
avoid bankruptcy,
Undercover.
the two decided to merge and
Gogolak?
become one league called the NFL. Again. Now, we've got 9 more chapters about the NFL's history coming up. And that's not all. We'll talk about the future, too. Because the NFL will be implementing artificial intelligence that predicts plays before they even happen. And the league wants to replace refs with AI. Yeah, the NFL's changing a lot. But if you want to make a change, too, you should check out today's sponsor,
AI?
BetterHelp. Listen, we all know therapy is
Nigga,
important.
bro. Hey, shout out to you and your ad, bro. Get your coins. I respect it. But listen. We
According
know
to Champ.
we didn't come in for no
Now,
ad.
in 1972,
Yeah.
one of the most controversial moments in NFL history would
What?
happen. During the final play of a 1972 AFC playoff game, the Steelers quarterback threw the ball. It bounced off a player's helmet. And not only that, it somehow fell
What
into
the
another player's hands.
Wait,
and
how?
the Steelers scored the game-winning touchdown.
Wait, hold on.
This play was so incredible, it became forever known as the Immaculate Reception. But here's the problem. Back
What?
then, once the ball left a quarterback's hands, an offensive player could not catch a pass that had been touched by
That's
another
some
offensive
bullshit.
player.
That doesn't make
Unless
sense.
a defensive player had touched the ball.
No,
But
bro.
when you watch the tape back, it's impossible to tell if a defensive player ever actually touched the ball.
How?
So this instantly sparked outrage, with Raiders players and fans saying that catch should not have counted.
When a guy crosses a goal line, it's either a
Is that still
touchdown
today?
or it's not. They didn't call it a touchdown. They didn't know if it was a touchdown.
Wow.
I went out. They said, get away. We don't know what happened. So now the referee leaves that huddle, and he goes over to the dugout on the Pittsburgh Steelers side, and he gets on the phone, and he makes a call to someone. And then he hangs up. Then he walks out into the middle field and says, touchdown.
What?
5 or 10 minutes later.
We were in the locker room. John came in and just said, guys, we got screwed.
They call it
Wow.
the Immaculate Reception. I call it the Immaculate Deception.
Yeah, and it's still being debated to this day. The rest of the decade, though, was all about domination.
Dillingham
Because
is
the Steelers became a
trash.
dynasty, winning 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, with 9 Hall of Fame players on their
That was
team.
kinda tough. I
It
ain't
was
gonna lie. I like
unthinkable.
that. I
But
like
they weren't
that.
alone, because the Dallas Cowboys won 2 Super Bowls, and were actually so good, they became known as America's team. But nobody won like the Miami Dolphins, because to this day, they're the only team in NFL history to have completed a perfect record season, going 17-0.
That's it. It's over. Hey, go, Nick.
Who the hell was on this team?
That's right, man.
However,
Who was the
in
coach?
1980,
Nick Saban?
NFL was forced to prepare for his funeral.
Funeral.
See, over the last decade, there were 3 separate plane crashes carrying sports teams, from the
What?
Marshall University football team to the University of Evansville and the United States boxing team,
Wow.
resulting in the deaths of 191 people.
Whoa.
Good evening. A chartered jet carrying the Marshall University football team home to West Virginia crashed last night as it tried to land at the Huntington Airport. All 75 persons aboard were killed. It was the worst plane crash in the United States so far this year.
This shook
year?
the sports world.
Nigga, it was a worse
And
than
the
last
NFL
year?
completely changed their views on safety.
75 people?
So they cooked up all kinds of guidelines, like the disaster draft, where if a team suffers a tragedy,
That nigga, bro was so calm. Like he see this on a daily basis. Nigga said this year. That mean there was worse ones last year or previous years. What the?
he will host an emergency draft to replace their players. But the NFL wanted to improve safety on the field too, so they implemented stricter rules on contact to the head, neck, and face, making sure the chances of disaster were slim to none, which is exactly what the league needed. In 1985, the 49ers drafted the greatest wide receiver of all time, a man who still holds the most receiving yards in NFL history and has the most touchdowns of all time.
Who is it?
The one and only
Ray Rice?
Jerry Rice.
I said Ray Rice.
But he wasn't the only legend on the Niners, because he teamed up with legendary quarterback Joe Montana. And together, those two dominated the rest of the
Joe
80s,
Montana is a
winning 2
crazy
Super Bowls
name.
together.
That name
These
is
dudes
hard
were
to tell.
NFL
I ain't gonna lie.
stars. But by the 90s, an unlikely star would come around to steal the spotlight.
Michael Jackson? Yes, sir. The GOAT.
The Super Bowl was the most popular thing on TV, pulling in an average 80 million viewers per year. But there was a problem. The halftime shows sucked. And they knew that if they wanted to increase their viewership, they had to get their act together. Do something that would get everyone talking about the Super Bowl. So, they called up the biggest star in the world. Michael Jackson.
Bro, let's really debate, bro. I know this video about Michael Jackson, bro. But nobody ever in life, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't care if the niggas find this video 200-300 years later, bro. Nobody gonna have motion like Michael Jackson, bro. Let's talk about it.
And he put on the performance of a lifetime, with viewership
I'm not even trying to bounce on it.
133 million.
Him! Look at this, bro. Look at this field, bro. Look at this field.
The highest rated television broadcast of
all time.
This was the moment that halftime shows became the must-see event.
Nigga got grown men yelling, hands in the air, nigga, like mouth open wide. Look at him.
Event of the year. I mean, people would tune in just to see the halftime show, and that's still the case to this day.
Exactly.
It was June 12, 1994. Everyone was just going about their day when news broke that the ex-wife of one of the NFL's biggest stars, O.J. Simpson, was stabbed to death. People were shocked and started to question if O.J. had anything to do with it. But just a couple of days after the murder, every TV station was hit with a breaking news alert saying,
O.J. Simpson vanishes after being charged for a crime his fans never dreamed he could commit.
Unbelievably, the most watched, most wondered about man in America has gone missing tonight. He apparently disappeared from under the noses of his lawyers and doctors this afternoon. Dodged in a race, surrendered and vanished into the Los Angeles haze. There is nothing like this in memory. Nothing.
I understand we're going to go to a live picture in Los Angeles. Okay. Police believe he is in that vehicle. Police radio is saying that Simpson, the passenger in the car, has a gun at his head.
This was insane.
How the hell he's driving?
Imagine a player today like Tom Brady going on the run for murder. It was unlike anything the world had ever seen.
He like that.
So once word got around, over 95 million people tuned in to watch O.J. speed down the LA highway as he narrowly missed hitting civilians on the road.
Highway patrol. Yeah,
he like that though. He like that.
Simpson on the 5 freeway, and we like looked at him, you know, and he like stared us down.
That nigga really living GTA in real life.
After a 45-minute chase, O.J. surrendered. But the case was far from over, because as O.J. went to trial, he argued that he had nothing to do with the murders, the evidence had been mishandled, and that the cops had been racist against him. But despite his pleas, all signs pointed to O.J. being guilty. No, the entire public knew it. Like, why would you run from the police like that if you're innocent? But in the end, one crucial piece of evidence saved O.J.'s life.
It was the damn glove.
Item number 9, the Rockingham glove. Well, at this time, the people would ask that Mr. Simpson step forward and try on the glove recovered at Bundy as well as the glove recovered at Rockingham.
Yes.
That nigga didn't put that glove in all the way.
All right. Thank you, counsel.
It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
We, the jury, in the
got charged with
action
this?
find
Anybody?
defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
Yeah, and he had all charges dropped against him.
That's
To
insane.
this day, though, people still think O.J. really did it.
That's
and to be
insane.
honest, it's because of things like this.
Just did you do it?
No, I didn't.
After we finished filming.
Bro, this is the funniest clip I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. This is the funniest clip I've seen in my life.
OJ said to me that he had a
But watch
surprise
what this
for
nigga
me,
do,
and
bro.
I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke.
Now, this moment really marked the beginning.
Bro, he did that shit, bro. I swear to God. He's guilty.
The rest of the
Off
90s
off
were just
that,
as
bro.
intense.
Come on now.
Ray Caruth hired a hitman to shoot his girlfriend. Alonzo Spellman threatened to kill himself with a landline telephone. All because his doctor was late to his appointment. And Cecil Collins was arrested for breaking into a woman's house. to watch her sleep. He just stood there and watched.
What? Had to
Now,
go.
crime ruled the
Tom Brady.
90s, cash ruled the 2000s. Between merchandise, TV deals, and sponsorships, business was booming. The NFL was now worth $12
Can't
billion.
forget about
And
Madden
players wanted their piece
and
of the bag
NCAA
too.
games.
So to keep their stars happy, the NFL was forced to pay up big time, which had Brett Favre now making $47 million for 7 years. Randy Moss was making $66 million for 8 years. Hell, even safeties like Lawyer Malloy were making $35 million for 7 years.
Sign me up.
NFL players were getting Q money. But in 2001, Drew Bledsoe smashed all the records because he was considered the best quarterback in the league, and the Patriots wanted to make sure their star was taken care of. So they offered a record-breaking $103 million contract for 10 years. But by 2001, all of that money went to waste. Because immediately after, Drew suffered a collapsed lung and was sidelined for the entire season. Patriots were the favorite to win it all that season, and now they were missing their star quarterback and had to rely on their backup. A guy with no experience.
The GOAT!
With the 199th pick in the draft.
You saw this tall, gangly-looking kid.
See, bro, this is why I believe God working mysterious ways, bro. Look, you never know, bro. You never know when your time gonna come, bro. See, this why you can be sitting here and hate on the next man, bro. Cause while you hang, bro, God working on you, bro. But you gotta remain humble. I'm trying to tell you. Look at him.
Like haven't ever seen a weight room. Ran a 5.2 something.
Look at him.
One of the slowest quarterbacks in the
Look at
combine.
him. He wasn't
Tom
supposed
Brady
to be
has declared
here.
a quarterback and Drew Bledsoe taken out.
Tom Brady,
They was hating on my
second-year
man.
quarterback from the University of Michigan, who threw only 3 passes in his rookie year last year. 1 for 3, a 6-yard completion, and this is his first duty of 2001. So apparently Bledsoe
I never seen this.
knocked around a little more than it appeared, and Brady in charge.
Like
against
pass,
five
now
defensive
crazy.
backs.
This man came in and instantly became a star, leading the team to a Super Bowl and winning it all that season. Brady quickly became the face of the Patriots, and soon after, the entire NFL. Yeah, if it wasn't for Drew's injury, Tom Brady might have never happened.
Exactly. You know how crazy that is?
But by 2003, there was another quarterback who was dominating the field. A man that could move like a running back, throw bombs like Tom Brady, and had defenses drop into their knees. I'm talking about Michael Vick. See, for the first time ever, the league saw a quarterback that could beat you with no help and could run into the end zone at any moment. Before Michael Vick, quarterbacks were mostly handing off or throwing the ball. But now you had to worry about a quarterback being a damn running back. And this style of play paved the way for future dual threats, like Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton, and Russell Wilson. At this point, the NFL was in its prime. But something happened in 2004 that scarred NFL fans for life.
Why did he... Who's that? I swear to God, I don't know that.
Super Bowl 38
Jessica
halftime
Simpson?
show. Over 144 million people watching live. You had little kids to grandparents, all huddled around their TV. And they were all excited to see 2 of the
Katy Perry?
biggest stars in the world perform. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. So when they finally took the stage, the world shook. But during the final minutes of their epic performance, Justin was supposed to...
Why did Justin dress like a nigga with no money, bro? I swear to God. Justin like a nigga... Like, I swear to God. Justin like he just got done thrifting that day. I swear to God. Like, nothing fits. He didn't try it on in the thrift store. He just put it on. This nigga fit is... This nigga knew he was coming here, and he still chose to. Hey, amazing cap. It's like, you know how like Adam Sandler, like he got the most money in the world, but he still wear like everything baggy. Hey, you gotta respect it.
Jackson and Justin Timberlake. So when they finally took the stage, the world shook. But during the final minutes of their epic performance, Justin was supposed to rip off a part of Janet's costume to reveal another layer of her outfit. But instead, she had a wardrobe malfunction. And this went down as the legendary Nipplegate.
Was it planned, Janet?
No.
It was not planned.
Well, what people don't understand is he was to take and rip the piece off that he did.
The leather piece.
Right, but more came off than what was supposed to.
Now, over the next 3 years, The only exciting thing to happen was Peyton Manning having his glow-up, winning his second MVP, and taking home his first ring. And also, NFL decided to ban touchdown celebrations. One of the dumbest decisions the NFL's ever made. But in 2007, shit really hit the fan, because an entire team's reputation was ruined. See, it was the first week of the season, and the Patriots were destroying the Jets.
Look at that bomb. Oh my God. Give me
Montana's first touchdown as the Patriot. It seemed like the Patriots somehow knew every one of the Jets' moves. And that's because they did. Because it turned out they were spying on the Jets, using hidden cameras. And when the NFL launched an investigation, they found out the Pats had been creeping on not only the Jets, but the entire league for almost 8 years.
8 years?
New England was a bunch of damn cheaters. So the NFL fined their ass $250,000 and made them give up their 2008 first-round pick.
They ain't nothing.
But despite getting caught and having a target on their back, nothing could stop the Patriots. Because that same season, they went on to dominate the league. I mean, they managed to put together the greatest team the NFL had ever seen. They had guys like Randy Moss, Lawrence Maroney, Vince Wilfork, and Sammy Morris all teamed up with Tom Brady. And together, they went 16-0. All they had to do was win the Super Bowl, and they would have completed a perfect season. So going into the big game, it seemed like a lock for the Patriots. And with a minute left, with the Patriots up, it looked like they were going to go undefeated until the Giants made the greatest catch in NFL history.
I gotta see it.
Pressure from Thomas off the edge. Eli Manning
stays
on his
feet,
airs it out down the field. It is caught by Thomas.
Oh, I remember this. Well, I don't remember watching it, but I remember hearing about this.
Goes up for it like a basketball player. Harrison trying to knock it down. And Eli, man, I don't know how he got out of there. I thought he was on the ground, and then he came out of the pile and just slings it.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You don't like they were trying to tackle that nigga. If they really want, look, hold on.
Loves it, balls alone, touchdown. The Giants have won the Super Bowl.
I swear to God, bro. I thought Peyton Manning was just on the Broncos.
For Brady and the Patriots.
His whole career.
This was the worst moment of their lives. Keep in mind, though, he was only 30 years old. So he knew he would return next year better than ever. Well, that is if he wasn't killed.
What?
Because in 2009, the Saints were caught trying to kill quarterbacks. See, after the playoffs, the Vikings filed a complaint to the NFL, accusing the Saints of purposely trying to injure them. So, the league launched an investigation into the Saints and discovered something sinister.
Today, our partners at Yahoo Sports uncovered a recording, and on it, a New Orleans coach graphically telling players to inflict injuries in a big playoff game.
Got a tie at the top. Got a lot of guys up at the top. Kill the hit, the body will die. Kill the hit, the body will die.
What?
We got to do everything in the world to make sure we kill Frank Gore's head.
What?
We want him running sideways. We want his head sideways.
The Saints were giving players bonuses for tearing ACLs, hitting guys with existing injuries, and even paying them $35,000 to try and permanently injure the Vikings quarterback. But in the end, the Saints got hit the hardest, because 4 of their players were suspended for a total of 31 games, and 2 of their coaches were suspended for the entire season.
How?
Over the next few years, we saw some of the most ridiculous moments in NFL history. Marshawn Lynch had a touchdown that was so crazy, all the fans cheering caused a 2.0 magnitude earthquake. Brett Favre sent nudes to a Jets employee and got fined $50,000, and a snowstorm caused the Vikings' whole stadium to collapse, causing $18.3 million in damages. It was ridiculous. But the most ridiculous thing was how the NFL almost ruined the league for a season. See, the refs felt like they were overworked and underpaid, so they went on strike, saying the NFL was a bunch of cheap asses, and they weren't going to work until they got a fair deal. But the NFL responded by laughing in their face and hiring the worst replacements imaginable. You had refs that had only ever reffed in a high school game, and even some that had only reffed in a lingerie football league. Yeah, those were the guys now reffing in the NFL, and it went about as horribly as you'd expect. They were out there blowing calls and completely ruining games. Like the Fail Mayor, where at the last second, the Seahawks won on a catch that should not have counted, and fans lit up the NFL, starting the hashtag Things Better Than Replacement Refs, and even started boycotting the NFL entirely. Hell, even Obama tweeted about it. Thankfully, though, that nightmare only lasted about 3 weeks, as the NFL finally made a deal with their refs, giving them a major increase in salary and benefits. And afterwards, the commissioner even apologized to the fans.
Starting with a fan.
Nah, nigga, don't apologize to me after you laughed in my face. I'm gonna come be this bad, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna always give me a bad.
Had some of the most legendary moments in NFL history.
Crazy.
Like OBJ's all-time catch, the Packers' miracle in Motown, and the Seahawks throwing away the Super Bowl at the 1-yard line. Yeah, that one hurts. There's one moment, though, that'll be remembered for all the wrong reasons. The biggest cheating scandal in sports history.
The flat ball thing?
See, during the 2015 playoffs, the New England Patriots were taking on the Colts when Tom Brady threw a pass that got intercepted. But instead of celebrating, the Colts were pissed because the football felt deflated. So they took the ball over to the sideline and showed the ref. And what happened next shocked the entire football world.
It's the latest NFL scandal, and it's dominating the airwaves.
Deflategate.
Deflategate. From the morning shows to talk radio, instead of talking about the Super Bowl, all eyes are on the ball. This ball.
The NFL found that 11 of the Pats' 12 balls were illegally underinflated, and the Pats immediately got put on blast, getting called cheaters again by angry fans, and having every sports show on TV trash their name. They were even accusing Tom Brady of being the ringleader, because, well, he was the one throwing the balls. The NFL found some pretty sus text between Brady and a couple of Patriots employees, talking about air pumps and needles, blowing up balls. One of the dudes even called himself the Deflator. So, after a year-long investigation, the NFL put their deflated balls right in the Patriots' mouth, suspending Tom Brady for 4 games,
rebound. What are you talking about?
Round picks, and finding the team $1 million. But it still wasn't enough to ruin Tom Brady's career, because that season, he made the greatest comeback in NFL history. See, after dealing with the suspension to start the year, Tom brought the Pats all the way to the Super Bowl. And despite being down 28-3, with only 15 minutes left in the game, they somehow came back and won it all. After this, Tom Brady became the undisputed GOAT, the greatest player in NFL history. And it's not even a debate. Now, between 2017 and 2020, the NFL had its craziest time period ever. The Browns lost every single game for almost 2 years straight. Aaron Hernandez went off the deep end. Pats owner Robert Kraft was busted at a rub and tug. Colin Kaepernick kneeled for the national anthem. Gronk broke the Super Bowl trophy. Saints fans tried to sue the NFL. And Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers and won his 7th ring at 42 years old. Yeah, things got pretty ridiculous.
That's crazy.
But now, we gotta talk about the most ridiculous player in NFL history. A dude that's known for jumping into goalposts, nuts first, twerking after touchdowns, and even arriving to practice in a hot air balloon. I'm talking about Antonio Brown. And in 2022, the NFL saw him lose his damn mind, because he literally retired in the middle of a game.
Odd situation. Antonio Brown boiled over, very upset on the sideline, took off his shoulder pads. Mike Evans, O.J. Howard trying to convince him to keep them on. Obviously, they were unable to do so. He tossed his shoulder pads, tripped off his shirt and glove, threw those into the crowd, then ran across the field while the teams were still on the field, giving the crowd a peace out sign. I'll let you know when we hear something official on his status.
Thank you, Jen. It may be an Antonio Brown out in Tampa Bay.
I gotta start watching football.
That was actually the last time we ever saw AB in the NFL. And since then, the game has had some huge changes. Tom Brady retired, the Raiders moved to Las Vegas, and stars like Patrick Mahomes are earning bags we've never seen, making a ridiculous $503 million for a 10-year contract.
This nigga finna be a billionaire just off of... Nigga, let me work on my arm. Hold on. 500 million. Hold on. I might be straight. Hold, nigga, 500 million.
Contract. That is $500 million for throwing a damn ball.
Oh, God!
Where the game's headed is even crazy, because recently, the NFL dropped a documentary exposing their plans to implement artificial intelligence into football, where they announced that fans will know exactly what play a team's gonna run, because AI is gonna start showing plays before they even happen.
We can do the same type of thing with next-gen stats. We can overlay player routes and understand the play before it even happens.
Yeah, and that's not it, because pretty soon, players won't be able to do anything without a camera on them, because the NFL is going to let fans track them using AI software. Now, they even want to put mics on every single player, so fans can pick between who they want to hear. Also, there's even been discussions of replacing refs entirely with AI. This is the future of...
No, I don't respect that. I don't respect that, bro. Bro, that's how like people eat, bro. That's how like I don't respect that. Nah, keep the rips in, bro.
The NFL. And keep in mind, we're only a couple of years into AI, so in 5 or 10 years, the game's gonna look a whole lot different.
Man, this was a hard video. I feel like I learned a lot. But if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all boys and girls in this video. We out.